Hey everyone, welcome to Socialized. I'm sure by now we've all come to expect anger here. Every Wednesday, Thursday, or whenever the show comes out, I'm sure you get your coffee and sit down for 4 minutes of highly concentrated rage extract. Doesn't smell like vanilla, but it keeps you going like cinnamon. Thus, I'm sorry to disappoint you today. I thought we had something good. Because these days, when you see a headline that says, Freshman Congressman David Kustoff's first bill targets religious intolerance, you tend to know what that means when it comes from Tennessee. Now, I love this state, but forgive me for hearing that and thinking that some new congressman wants to install crosses at every pilot across Dixie to represent the perfect union of capitalism and Christianity. Thankfully, I was wrong. In fact, I was very wrong and pleasantly surprised. Congressman Kustoff's bill isn't about Christianity at all. In fact, why it actually relates to religious intolerance. It's co-sponsored by Congressman David Kilmer, a Democrat from Washington, and was prompted by the wave of over 160 bomb threats to synagogues and Jewish community centers that have sprung up in the wake of Donald Trump's election. These threats are sadly predictable, as the Trump campaign and apparent not-so-closet anti-Semite Steve Bannon essentially used a coded megaphone to blast anti-Semitic conspiracy theories into the internet. Trickle-down economics may be bunk, but trickle-down morality is alive and well. Anyway, Kustoff's bill would up the penalty on those who made threats of violence against religious community centers, and would allow authorities to charge those who make them with a hate crime. As the law stands now, these threats are only misdemeanors, and have a maximum sentence of only 1 year in prison. Now, it kind of blew my mind that the law was this weak on these things. Just to give you an idea, the mandatory minimum sentence for being caught with 1 gram of LSD is 5 years without the possibility of parole. That's right. Currently, you tripping balls is considered a much larger threat to society than if you star 67 the local mosque and said you were going to blow it to smithereens. Some part of that just seems backwards to me. So Kustoff's doing a good thing here. I'm sure that if I looked into his voting record or previous statements, that I'd find a million things I disagree with. But I don't want to do that right now. Kudos, Kustoff. Keep killing it. His bill, and more specifically that headline, raises a larger point though. When I saw it, my response was less than enthusiastic, for a collection of words that read very positive initially. Someone taking a stand against religious intolerance should be A+ for someone on the tolerant left. But because of how that phrase is used these days, I just viscerally knew that it would be someone overreacting to some kid not praying over his school lunch, or teachers not being allowed to indoctrinate kids or whatever. When you think about it, it's not an isolated thing either. When I say intellectual diversity, or religious freedom law, or right to work, these are all phrases that sound fantastic when you rip their context away from them, but that I get a little nauseous at from the first syllable. They're phrases that have been co-opted into meaning arguably the opposite of what they actually say, which is really evil when you think about it. That implies that on some inherent level, that the people who do that, who redefine words, understand that that concept is popular, it's well-liked, it's good. But instead of running with that concept, they steal the name and put it on its polar opposite. It would be like if we called squares circles, or called Florida good. See, I wanted to have a happy episode, and I think that this has been one. But it's hard to forget that these people oftentimes don't just want to make us unhappy. Some of them want to redefine what happiness should be, too. Thank you all for watching.